Yeah, you're live.
Hi everyone, how you doing? Sorry, we're having a couple of little technical glitches there. Hopefully we are now live, and you're seeing me. Hi, how you doing? I'm Sarah from White Gecko, and this is the fourth little live we've done for the craft shows. So you might have all seen this before, but I'll just let you know while we wait for people to come online. We've got a little shop in Dinas Powys, which is between Cardiff and Barry. We're due to open again, which is lovely. Due to open again on the 6th of July, so we'll be able to actually see people in person, which is fab. Yeah, we're opening up again, which is nice. We've had lots of changes to the shop, so those of you who have visited us before or been to see us will notice a few changes in the shop, because we've had a big move around and everything, so we can get the social distancing and all in place. So yeah, we're due to reopen on the 6th of July, so I'm really excited about that. I'm really happy to be back doing one of these as well for you. We do lots of Facebook Lives on our own page. We do one at 1 o'clock every day on our own Facebook page, which is White Gecko Craft Lounge. But it's always lovely to chat away to some other people. So Drew's my cameraman again, my son. So he's hopefully everything's going to go okay now, because like I said, we were having trouble connecting a minute ago. The Wi-Fi didn't want to work. Who's coming online? Anybody there saying hello?
So we've got Sean, we've got Linda Head, we've got Tina Williams, who's joined us.
Hi guys.
Teresa, Jean.
Lovely. Hi everybody. Thanks for joining us. So today we're going to do a bit of sewing, as always with me. We're going to do a bit of sewing. So we're going to make one of these little lined bento bags. Okay. So traditionally they were always folded, but I'll show you that when we get to that point. But I've kind of adapted a little bit to have a bit of a handle. They are fab, really simple to do. If you're a new sewer or you want to sew with your kids or your grandkids, brilliant little project for this, because there's very simple straight line sewing in this. You'll see when we're going, it's really nice and easy. But they're so useful. You can roll them down, you can make them in any size at all. And the pattern that we've got actually will show you how to make any size at all. So I've got a couple that I keep in my handbag, because they roll really nice and small for taking to the shops for my food shopping and stuff. I mean, obviously not like the weekly food shop, you wouldn't get much in there, but just for little bits and pieces. But they're also really good for like taking to class, if you want to keep a project in there. If you're a knitter or a crocheter and you want to put like a whole project in there, they're perfect for that, for keeping, like your ball of wool and your work in progress and all in there as well. And they're just really cute, really cute. So we're actually going to, like we've done before, we always do a little giveaway on the live. So we're going to give this one away. This is the Janet Clare, the brand new range from Janet Clare called Geometry. Can't say that word. Geometry. So we thought we'd give this one away. So if you'd like to be in a chance to win it, if you'd just say hello to us, say hello, comment, give me a thumbs up, a smile, just pop a little comment on the video, and what we'll do is we'll put everybody into a free draw, and then tomorrow on our live on the White Gecko page, we'll pull somebody out the hat for to win that. Okay. We do have some kits available. We've got the pattern on our website. If you just want the pattern and you want to use your own fabrics, that's fine. But we do, because this is a brand new fabric, and I love it. I love Janet Clare stuff anyway, but I particularly like this range. We have put a kit together as well. That's on our website, which is www.whitegeckocraftlounge.co.uk. You can buy the kit, which gets you everything you need to actually make this size bag. So I'm going to get that out of the way now. Anyway. So anybody else there? Who's coming? Who's around?
So we've got Tara Joes, we've got Tracy Robertson.
Hi guys.
Claire Hodgins.
Lovely.
Jane as well.
Perfect. Lots of people coming online, which is lovely. I'm gonna talk you through how to make this one with different colours in it, but you could absolutely make bigger or smaller versions just using one fabric. So that one I've made just a bigger version using this lovely sewing fabric that we've got in. But again, it's the same, exactly the same method, just different. I don't know if you guys can see that. You've got all like vintage sewing machines and all on there. But it's exactly the same method, just depends on what sizes you cut. Okay, so I'm just going to pop these out of the way in a second. We're going to do this one though as the demo. So, oh, actually, before I start sewing, who's excited for Saturday and Sunday? on the craft shows page, there is like 2 days of free crafting. All you've got to do is just tune in and watch. They've got some amazing sewers and mixed media, and there's some coat, there's wool, there's all sorts going on. I've been really looking forward to seeing all the like the Meet the Maker posts you guys have been doing. And there was a big schedule went out today. So who's going to be watching? I am. Well, I will watch as much as I can. I've got to work on Saturday, but I'm hoping to Sunday to have a nice lazy day. Just watch the whole thing because there's loads going on, lots and lots happening. So yeah, tune in, guys. If particularly if the weather's going to be like this, because it's a bit grey and overcast here, and it's a bit cold and horrible, isn't it? It's coming up to July, so of course it is. But yeah, it's perfect weather for it, isn't it? We'd just be able to sit in and watch crafting all day. It'd be brilliant. But yeah, that's this Saturday, the 4th and 5th of July. So anyway, back to the bag, because I've got something else to tell you, but I'll tell you that later.
Sorry, just a quick question.
Yeah?
Teresa said, would it work made in a homemade felt fabric?
Oh, I don't see why not. Yeah, why not? That would look lovely on the outside. Yeah, I would maybe use like a cotton or something on the inside, something that will help sort of stabilise it. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, why not? Oh, send us some pictures. What sort of homemade felt fabric have you made? That'd be interesting. Oh, lovely. Yeah, no, absolutely. This could be, I mean, I'm doing it in cotton, but you could do it in felt. You could do it in sort of a canvas, or, you know, more a heavyweight cotton, you know, like upholstery cottons and stuff as well. Really, it's, I mean, it's so simple. When I start sewing, you're going to be going, oh, it's easy peasy, easy peasy. So, right, you will need for this little size bag, okay, 3 squares of fabric, which are 9.5 inches, okay. So decide which way round you want to sew them. It really doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to sew them together. I'm going to do it this way round like that. And we're going to sew these 3 together just with a 1/4 inch seam in between. Okay. These bags, it doesn't matter what size you start, what fabric size you start with, as long as the length is 3 times that of the width. So these, when I sew them together, are going to be 27.5 inches that way, which is 1/3 of your 9 that way. Does that make sense? So yeah, so if it was, if you had a piece of fabric that was 10 inches wide, you'd want it 30 inches long. Doesn't have to be all in one piece of fabric, you could cut it down, but as long as it's 3 times the length of the width, this works. So I'm just going to sew these together. I'm just going to quickly change my machine to 1/4 inch. And then we're just going to sew these together on 1/4 inch. So while I'm sewing, Drew, who's there? Anybody got any questions or anything? Please do shout, ladies, if you've got any questions or anything. That'd be
Lynn says hi. Been looking forward to this.
Ah, lovely. Thanks for joining us. It's fab. Okay, so I've got my machine turned down quite slow because since I did my last live, I had a new sewing machine, and she's lovely, and she's really, really quiet. And I brought the little one over to the shop to use, and I forgot how noisy she is. This one is so noisy now compared to the new one. Okay, so I've just sewn down 1/4 inch those 2, and then I'm going to add this one on to the other side. I don't pin because I'm lazy about pinning, and if I can get away with not pinning, I don't. But if you're more confident with pinning, absolutely go for it. Okay, it's like I was saying, it's really simple sewing, this one. So if you want to do this with like kids, this is first sewing project, it'd be really easy to do. Really, really easy to do. Okay, I'm just going to turn it up a little bit, but it'll make it noisier. Sorry, guys. Just going to have to put up with my noisy machine, I'm afraid. Okay, there we go. So what I've done is just stitch down, as you can see on the back here, just stitch down 1/4 inch to join those squares together. Okay, I'm gonna just press that out a second. Okay, don't need to press the seams out, just press them to one direction. Okay, so just set your seam and press them down.
Sarah's watching and she says hi, that place looks familiar.
Does it, Sarah? Oh, you haven't long left, have you? Says one of my business colleagues. Sean was there earlier. Business colleague and best friends. She's been in the shop today on the long arm quilter on Daphne, doing some quilts for people. So yeah, it would look familiar because she's been here all day. Oops. There we go. Right, so just let me just move this one out of the way a second, because that's going to get in the way otherwise. So I've just stitched those down, and now I've cut a piece of lining fabric. So I'm using this lovely fossil fern fabric. I'm just going to just very quickly press that. There we go.
Linda Head says, "Oh, is that Dave?" And yeah, Dave is here.
It is, yeah. Dave the Dash Hound is here. He's a familiar feature now. We're just going to put these right sides together. Okay, so that one face up, and then my lining fabric face down like this. Okay, actually I'm going to do it the other way around, because I cut this just a weeny bit bigger just to make sure that it was the right size, and I'll trim it down afterwards. So I'm just going to line these edges up. I would pop a couple of pins in at this point, okay, just to hold it all nice and square. So just in the corners like that. There we go. Let's put one in the seam just to hold the seam nice and flat, and this side, and again over this side as well. Okay. As we were saying earlier, we're reopening again soon, and it's going to be so nice to see people. We've really missed having classes and actually seeing customers. And like, obviously there's been no shows or anything, has there, in the last few months? So you know, we haven't even had sort of contact with customers that way. So it has been a bit of a shame. So yeah, looking forward to getting back and seeing everybody. Okay, we are now going to stitch all the way around this one, and I'm going to use the top fabric as my guide. I'm going to trim this little excess bit off. Okay, so I'm going to sew all the way around, but I'm going to leave a gap. In fact, I'm going to pop a pin in to remind me, because I'm terrible at forgetting. Okay, we're going to leave a gap of about 2.5, 3 inches, just enough to turn it all through. Okay, so I'm going to start stitching here. I'm going to go all the way around and stop there, and you want to back stitch on these pieces here, okay, just to sort of secure that seam. So I'm afraid noisy sewing again for a little bit. So talk to me please, ladies and gents. Who's out there? What's everyone doing just while I'm doing this bit? Ooh.
Natalie said, "Hi Bo, popped in the shop this morning to pick up my lovely new jelly roll. Thank you."
Oh, cool. No problem, lovely. Ooh, where's my machine on? There we go. You're very welcome. We are doing click and collect this week, actually, just to sort of get us back into the swing of everything. And mind you, we haven't really stopped. It's been so busy. Amazing, but busy. You've all wanted lots and lots of crafting while we've been in lockdown. Okay, so all I'm doing when I get to the corner, I'm about 1/4 inch away, just leaving my needle in, lifting the foot, and turning the corner. So sorry, long noisy bit again, I'm afraid. There we go. So anybody else there who's having a chat? Anybody? Hello?
Eileen said, "Love this, just bought the kit."
Oh, fab, thank you very much. That's lovely of you. Yeah, it's a really nice, simple little project. And, you know, if you fancy having a go at sewing, something you've not necessarily had a dabble in before. Sorry, I know it's quite difficult to hear me over the machine. I've forgotten how noisy she was. Yeah, if you've not sort of dabbled before, this is a lovely little project to get you started, actually. Because we believe that everybody can sew. Everybody. I even got Drew sewing, got him to do a Facebook Live and got him sewing back a few weeks ago. There we go, nearly there, one more long seam I'm afraid. Okay, and then down this side. Anybody else there?
Claire Hodgins says, you make it so easy to follow the projects, thank you.
That's my pleasure, thank you, that's really sweet of you. It's just because I not like the sound of my own voice, that's what it is, that's what most people would say. Can't shut me up, talk way too much. There we go, right, just coming back to where I started, I'm just leaving that little gap. There we go, right, that's the majority of the sewing done, okay? It'll be a bit quieter now. There we go, okay, so.
Quite a few new people joining us today.
Oh, fabulous, that's lovely. There we go, so the pins are coming out.
Fiona says, don't worry, we can hear you clearly over the machine.
Good. So, sorry, I'm very aware it sounds so noisy this side, I'm a bit aware that I might have to shout. Right, I'm just going to trim off that weeny bit of excess. Okay, that was my quick measuring. Obviously I didn't measure that properly. So I'm just lining up that so it's nice and straight and trimming off that excessy bits. Okay, and you want to clip your corners, and what I mean by that is you're literally just going to snip the fabric off across the corner. Careful not to slip your... Oh, actually, if I do it that side, you can probably see the stitching a bit better. I'm just going to snip off the fabric like that, just to get rid of that bolt for when we turn it through, it'll lie a little bit flatter. Okay, so I'm going to snip it off there, and on this side. So all four corners, like that.
Christine asked, is there a pattern for the notebook cover on the website, please?
Is there the notebook cover? There should be. The journal cover. Yes, we do have a pattern. Unfortunately, our website, we can't do like PDF downloads, but if you buy it, we will send you it then on email, on a separate email. So it's not like one of those instant download ones, I'm afraid. But yes, there is a pattern available, or there should be. Sarah, can you check, please, if you're still there? Double check that the book, I'm sure the book cover's on there. Okay. Right, so I'm going to push it all the way through this gap now. So I'm going to just pull it all the way through, like this. That's why you left that little gap. Any other questions there when I'm doing this bit?
No.
No? Okay. Put it all the way through, like this. And I forgot my turny tool. I've got like a really good, nice old chopstick I use this for turning, so I'm going to have to very carefully just use the point of my scissors just to push out those corners. And obviously do it gently because you don't want to push the scissors through the fabric. Usually, like I said, if you've got like an old chopstick that I use normally, because it's a bit blunter than a pair of scissors. Okay, so very carefully just push out those corners, and then we're going to do a bit of fabric origami. So these bags, these bento bags, they're called that because they are used a lot in Japan for taking their lunches, like a lunchbox and stuff. I actually think they'd make a really nice way of wrapping a present, like a gift as well, which I'll show you in a second when we get to that point. So I'm just going to quickly press out that seam. So this is all nice and neat.
Jean Baker says, could you make it reversible?
Yes, absolutely. Well, you would see the seam. That's the only thing. I'll show you inside that one. Oh, actually, I can probably show you inside this one. You could make it reversible. You would see this seam on when you reverse it. That would be the only thing. But if you put like a line of decorative stitching or something down there, actually, would that matter? Or you could put like a pretty piece of ribbon or lace or something. So then that's the only seam you see is that one there. But yeah, I don't see why you couldn't make it reversible. Just play with that seam. I'd probably decorative stitch over it or something and make it look real nice and pretty. Okay, let's just going to quickly iron this out. Any other questions there? Anybody else having a chat?
Teresa did ask what the website was called, but Sarah's already answered that.
Ah, lovely. Thank you. Thanks, Sarah. Okay, that little gap that we left for turning through, just fold the fabrics under, okay, for now, and just press it well. That will get hidden in a moment, okay? It'll all get sewn in on the edges, so you won't see that. So all I've done, hopefully you can see that, I've just turned them under and pressed them, okay? Right, here comes the origami bit. So you want to put it right sides up, lining side up. Okay, no I don't. I want to put it right sides up. There we go. If you're using one piece of fabric, you want to measure this and then mark it into thirds, into equal thirds. Because I've used 3 fabrics, it's done it for me, okay? So I'm going to fold this piece over. So if I do it towards you guys, actually, okay? So it's a bit easier because I'm doing this towards you. This is your right hand side. I'm going to fold it in on that third line there. So basically on the seam line, like that. Okay, so this is my lining, this is my right sides. So I'm going to fold it up like that, and this is the top because this is facing you guys. I'm just going to pin that together. And then what we want to do is we want to stitch down this edge here. And you want to stitch as close as you can to the edge of the bag, okay? You want to, about 1/16 of an inch, I say. So basically you're going to top stitch this all the way down. Okay? What are you smiling about? What are you giggling about?
Linda says help her, Drew.
Help it? No, don't help me. Drew keeps commenting on it. No, he doesn't keep commenting. Yesterday he tried to correct my sewing. Cheeky thing. In the Facebook Live we did, he tried to correct my sewing. So what I'm doing is I'm just sewing down that edge. Okay. Although I should have actually listened to him because I went wrong at the end. I want to back stitch and, you know, like make sure it's really, hang on, I'm just going to actually change my setting on here so that I can back stitch well. Okay. This will end up being a proper, you know, what's the word? You want like a reinforced point, okay, at this point. So you want to back stitch well on this bit. Okay, so let me just stitch down and we're just going to stitch, oh, a bit slower than that. Stitch nice and close to that edge. Okay, making sure you're getting all 4 fabrics all the way through. But again, it's just a straight line of sewing. All the way down.
Claire asked, do you sell the tabletop ironing balls?
The cut and press boards, yes, we have got some in stock. If you want to give us a call, you are more than welcome to. We've got some coming. I've got one left in stock, but I've got some more arriving. But we're also actually doing a Zoom class on how to make your own. Again, if you check our website. But there is a Zoom masterclass coming up, and you can make your own cut and press board if you'd like to join us for that. If not, yes, we do sell them.
I'm glad I got Sarah and Sean with me today because they're just answering all the questions.
Ah, there you go. So you don't need you today. You could just be film person and that's it. Okay, so again, I'm going to turn this towards you. So what I've done is I've stitched from there to there and back stitched really well. Okay, you're then going to turn it like this. So again, this is towards you. So this is your bottom left corner. I'm going to fold this back like this and fold it out of the way. I would pin it and get it out of the way. Okay, now we're going to flip this one over like this, just like we did the other side. And you want to, the only little tricky bit with this is you just want to make sure that this diagonal fold, you're not stitching into it. Okay, so you're going to stitch from here. Hopefully you can see this. Let me get my fingers out of the way. So make sure that fold is out of the way. So you're going to stitch from that seam here, so from here all the way along again to there, just like we did on the other side. Okay, but you just want to make sure that that diagonal is well out of the way. So in like that, all the way along there, and let's pop that in there. Okay, and I'm just going to do one more line of stitching down there. Again, just make sure that that fold is well out of the way, because you don't want to stitch it and then it won't open out properly. Okay, so again, take a couple of small stitches. Go a bit slower here because that's got quite a lot of thickness, and back stitch, and then all the way along again, sewing nice and close to the edge. Okay, the closer the better with this. Actually, it makes a neater seam. So all the way down. When I get to the end, ooh, come on, there we go, back stitch. You don't want to behave. Right, and your bag is, oh, don't put the pin in your finger, that really hurts. Your bag is nearly now done, so I'm going to take that pin out there, and you can see you've got something, it looks like the start of an origami swan or something like that, or a good napkin fold. If you now hold on to these 2 points and give it a shake, you can see that the bag is starting to appear. Now remember, this is the lining still at this point. Okay, we're going to actually now box the corners. Okay, we're just going to take a little bit off the corners to give you a nice flat bottom. Okay, now how you do that is entirely up to you. So you can do it on the inside, which is what I've done on this one. In fact, let me just take that out. You can see I've done it on the inside here. Okay, and you get a nice flat corner like that. Or you could do it on the right hand side, okay, and then flip it up, and I've just made a little feature of it by putting a button on there. Okay, just stitched it down and put a nice button. So entirely up to you what you decide to do. I'm going to do this one exactly the same as this one, so I'm going to do it on the inside. So what I want to do is I want to put my finger in the corner like that, and I want to flatten it out. Okay. Okay, I'll do that again for you guys. So it looks like that at the moment, okay? But if I put my finger in the corner and grab hold of that corner, give it a shake, I want to flatten that out. All right. And you want to measure down. Now it depends on how big you want the base of your bag to be. But I'm going to measure down 1.5 inches. Okay. Like, oh, let's get this nice and straight. So I've got, that's the wrong way round. Oh no, it's not. That's the right way round on the ruler. Thought the ruler was the wrong way around now. So I've just measured 1.5 inches down, and I'm going to pop a pin in. I should have brought a little chalk pen with me. And I'm going to stitch right across there, okay? And I'm going to do exactly the same on this side. So again, I'm going to do it 1.5 inches down. Make sure that's nice and in line, nice and straight. You don't want a wonky bottom. And pop a pin there. Okay, and then I'm just going, like I said, I'm just going to stitch down both of these. All right. So, anybody there while we're doing this?
Yeah, Debbie asked, may I ask what brother machine are you using?
This is my little carry round one. This is the FS210. It's an absolute little workhorse. I just bought a Big Brother, which I love. She's amazing, but she's quite heavy, so I didn't want to bring her over to the shop. But I've been using this one. I've had it for about 4 years and I can't fault it. It's an absolutely fantastic little machine. If you want a machine that's, because it's very lightweight, if you want to, you know, I mean, it would be it's perfect for dressmaking, quilting. You don't need anything bigger than this, but you know, we all like new gadgets, don't we? But yeah, perfect little machine for taking around to classes, or there's lots of dressmaking stitches on it actually. If you're a dressmaker, it's quite a good one for that. It came with lots of extra feet as well. So sewn that one down, then I'm going to flip it round and do that other one. Like I said, normally I would draw a line, but I didn't bring my white chalk pencil over with me. And because this is quite a dark fabric, I'd need it to be, you know, you'd need something a bit lighter on it. Okay. Like that. Now you could trim those off. I'm going to trim off some of these threads. You could trim those off, you could cut them off with pinking shears, but actually I don't mind them being on the inside of the bag. I don't think it, hopefully you can see, actually if I do it this side, because I've put a white cotton in on the bottom so you can see, just stitched across there. You could trim it off, maybe with pinking shears to stop it fraying, but you don't have to. You can just leave them there, okay? And if you did if this was the outside of the bag, like I did on the big one, you would then just pop that up and put a nice button, like a nice feature button on there, and it makes a bit of a decorative feature on the bag. So let me just chop these.
Sean says, Drew, can you remind Sarah to remind people to comment to be in a chance of winning the finished article? Absolutely,
yeah. If you'd like to win this one, okay, if you'd like to win this little bag, and I'll throw a pattern in as well for it so you can make your own, okay? So to win the little ready-made bag and a pattern, please do comment, okay? Say hello. You can just say hello or give us a smiley face. Just comment on the video and we'll put you all into a free prize draw. Anybody who comments, okay? So, sorry, I should have reminded everybody of that. So now I can turn it inside, the right side out, like this. Okay. Like that. Any other questions or comments there, Drew, just when I'm pushing this out? Anybody else having a chat? Anybody saying hello? Does anybody want to win the bag in the pattern?
Carol Rogers says, watching my first live demo, really enjoying it. Thank you.
Good, thank you. Oh, thank you for joining us. That's fabulous. So, traditionally, a bento bag would have stayed there, and you would have popped. Let's pop that Dave in there. You'd have put your lunch in there. They were used as like lunch bags, reusable lunch bags. So you'd have put your lunch in there like that, and you tie the top. Oh, actually, Dave's a bit long for this size one. But you'd have popped your lunch in there, and you tie the top, and you literally just tie the top like that. Okay, like that, and it all stays, and you would then just take that in your main bag. You could absolutely stop at this point, you know, and if you want to put like your wool or, you know, your rotary cutter and your, I know, there's another one there, your few bits and pieces, you would just tie them, okay, like that. And then you can have like lots of different projects all in like that and all stored nicely. However, if you want to use it with a handle, we're going to make a little handle for it, and I'm going to show you how to do that now, okay. You need a little rectangle of fabric. I think this one was 2.5 by 5, okay, and I've just ironed in, I don't know if Drew can show you, I've just ironed in a little double hem, so over and over like that, okay, and we're just going to top stitch on both of the short ends like that, okay. So I'm just going to top stitch quickly those, go. Oh. Just because I was saying you were a good little machine, you're going to play up now, aren't you? Don't play up. Behave. Hang on. Just caught a thread there and it's all chewed up a little bit. Okay. Okay. There we go. Back in you go. There we go. Now, be nice. Behave. There we go. Being temperamental for a second. So just top stitch that side and then turn it round and top stitch the other side. And what we're doing is we're going to make a little tube of fabric which will become the handle. There we go. Set down that side. Got it. Any other questions there?
Don't believe so. A lot of people are saying hi, will you join the demo?
You all do want to win the bag in the pattern. You got a comment to be in the free prize draw. So, just while I'm just trimming this one up, they did craft shows did ask me to remind everybody that the tickets for the autumn creative craft shows in the NEC in the autumn, they are on sale, the early bird tickets, and if you buy them early, you save, I think it's £2 per ticket, so they are on sale if anybody. I can't wait to start doing shows again. I'm really missing it, really missing seeing people, because we haven't done any for a little while, so I think our first one's going to be September time, I think, so yeah, can't wait for it to actually get out there and see everybody again. So I've just ironed it in half and I'm going to stitch down that long edge, okay? There we go. So, sorry, the foot on this machine keeps moving. I've got to try and find it. Trying to sew standing up. There we go. Sew down that one there. There we go. Like that. And now I'm just going to turn it inside out. So this is always a little bit fiddly because you've got to, once you get it going, it goes, but you've got to kind of shove it all through to turn it inside out.
Sorry to ask, what's your little iron name and by where?
This little iron, this is a Prim one, which I bought about 10 years ago, and it's still going strong. There's also ones made by So Easy. They're fab. They've got like a proper little handle rather than a grip handle. They've got a little handle on them. They're really good as well. But mine's a Prim one. You can get them as well. Any little travel iron. I have to say that some of the girls in classes have got the Silvercrest one from Lidl, and that's a fantastic little iron as well. So you can get them all over the place. But mine's a Prim one. It has done me well. I've had it about 10 years. It's brilliant. Okay, so there we go. Got it all through. It's a bit fiddly, but once you've got it through, you end up with a little tube like that. So you want to push the seam through to the back like that. Okay, so can you see that seam's now running down the back, and give it a good press because it gets very wrinkled with the pushing through. Okay, like that. And now you're going to feed it on one of these points of the bag. We're going to feed that through the tube. And again, sometimes it goes really quickly and easily, and other times it doesn't want to go in. So you're going to be one of those times, aren't you? There we go. Come on. Oh, no. So kind of squidge that in like that. There we go. Just so you can find the point the other end. Come on. Where are you? There we are. Okay. Pull that through. Okay, like that. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to stitch these 2 points together. Okay. So I've got the 2 points like that, and you want to stitch backwards and forwards 2 or 3 times. Okay. I'm going to pop a pin in just to hold it while I take it to the machine. Now, it doesn't really matter how tidy the stitching is. I mean, 2 or 3 times just to make it really secure, because this handle is going to eventually cover all of that, okay? So, I'm going to manipulate this to just get it under the machine. I'll pop that one in there. Any questions or comments there, Drew, just while I'm doing this?
Iris says, can it be recorded? I don't know. What can?
Can you be recorded? I don't know, lovely. I mean, if you mean this video, you can watch them back on the craft shows page. All the videos, all these lives stay on the craft shows page so you can watch them again, if that's what you mean, love. Yeah. We've put our previous craft show lives onto our YouTube channel as well, which is just White Gecko Craft Lounge. You can watch any ones that we've done, plus any of our Facebook lives as well. So every day we do, like I was saying, do a Facebook live, and they all go onto our YouTube channel as well. So once you look, you can see I've just gone backwards and forwards like that, stitched it nice and well, and then I'm going to push this back over to cover that. Okay, so open it all out like that, and there we have it. There's the little bento bag. Okay, you could, if you wanted to, if you don't want that to move, you could just put a couple little hand stitches in there just to hold it in place, but actually I find it holds quite well. It does hold quite well. You could, the only last little thing you've got to do is, now you could have either top stitched round or just close up that gap with a little invisible slip stitch. Okay, I will probably take this off in a moment and just do my top stitching, but or just sit and just do a little ladder stitch. If you do a ladder stitch on that, that will close that up lovely. Okay, and you won't see it. So that is the bento bag, the little lined bento bag. I think they're really cute. I think they'd be brilliant as gift bags, you know, if you want to give something, because it's a present in itself as well. But if you kind of want to reduce your carbon footprint and not use as much paper and things, you could put a present in there, and you know, and either tie it like we showed you earlier, or you know, you could pop it in just in some tissue paper or something and give it as a gift bag. I know we've gone past Easter, but when they make cute Easter baskets, if you've got like grandkids with some really bright spring fabrics, Christmas presents, gift bags and stuff. But like I said, you can make them any size you like. So this one, I cut this the whole width of the fabric off the bolt, so I think it was 42 by 14, that would be right, wouldn't it? Yeah, 42 divided by 3 is 14. So that one was exactly the same method, just bigger pieces of fabric. You could make smaller ones, just go down smaller, or any size in between. You could join lots of pieces of fabric and make the really giant big ones, you know, like Christmas sacks or something. So yeah, that's it. That's the little lined bento bag. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for joining me and watching. I hope you're all going to join the craft shows, the CCS live that's happening at the weekend. I'm quite excited about it, actually. Even though I'm working on Saturday, I'm going to have it on in the shop. I think I'm going to have the laptop set up so I can listen along and watch, because they've got some amazing guests, some really fabulous guests. So so yeah, do tune into that. And if you want to listen to me waffle on again, or Sarah Jane, because my colleague Sarah does them as well, we have a Facebook Live, so lots and lots of sewing and crochet demos on our own Facebook page as well. So thank you. Any questions or comments or anything there before we go?
No questions. Everyone just says thank you very much.
That's all right. My pleasure. Everybody who has commented, we'll put all your names into a draw to win this one, and we'll throw a pattern in as well. Okay. So we'll do that as a little free prize draw, and we'll do that on our page tomorrow. So yeah, thank you for craft shows, for letting me come on again and waffle at you inanely. Hope you enjoyed the project, and we may see you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.